Who pays for the date? The man or woman? Or 50-50?
For me, it should be decided by both of the couple. Then I think it should be 50-50.
And for me also, yeah, it's 50-50.
I actually want 50-50.
It's either they will negotiate if it's 50-50 or not.
It's also 50-50.
So I think actually it's a 50-50 as they mentioned, but most of the time it's actually my boyfriend who pays the date.
I guess both. But if the guy really wants to, pay for it, then it's also fine for me. We can split the bill, but if it's like the first date, it should be the guy who's paying because if he really wants to win the girl, then he should like win her heart by doing everything and being a gentleman to them.
The man should pay on a first date.
Man, the both of you can pay.
Should be the man.
We split our bills. Yeah, to be fair.
So, how much money do you want your guy to bring on a date?
I think it depends on the guy, but I think if the man is financially stable, I think he can bring to 1,000. If it's not, it's okay also to 500. So I think it also depends on your plan before your date. So if you're going to plan to date on a samgyeopsal, so you have also to prepare an amount where at least 2,000 pesos for me.
For me also, I think it's a worth of 2K, including the transportation and also the dessert and coffee, of course. Cannot take a dinner, right? So you really have to think it before you go, because of course, yeah, today.
How much money? It depends. We can actually go on date like street food, so not that expensive, right? Um, well, as a matter of fact, I will much enjoy his company. Like we talk about life more deeply than the food itself. So, yeah,
It's
like
good
that.
answer, but Ate, we want to know how much
How
the guy
much?
should bring. Yeah.
How much? In Philippine peso, I think he can around 2K, 2,000. Yeah.
For casual dates, I think since the prices here in Cebu and Lapu-Lapu are pretty affordable, he can bring around 1,000 to 5,000 so that we can surely enjoy the date.
I think I think 2K is enough.
I think any amount because I can do a cheap date. That's okay as long as we're happy together. So I think that doesn't matter as long as we're doing okay, we're eating together, just cheap date is what I say. So yeah, any amount, that's okay.
So you said cheap date. So how much is the cheap date?
Here in the Philippines, most likely 500 pesos. We're okay with that. Yeah.
So you completely fine your boyfriend just bring 500 peso.
Yeah.
And then you also going to pay.
Yeah, probably if he can't do that for a certain day, then I can pay as well.
It doesn't really matter. Like the price, the value doesn't really matter. Even if we like eat on street foods, like cheap foods, as long as I'm with the guy, it really like the presence matters. So as long as I'm with the guy, I'm happy with him, then it's all that matters.
But we want to know the price. To be
Price?
honest. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because some of the girls say 5K or other girls like a 2K.
Mhm.
And then as you said, like other girls like say even though it's okay 500 peso or what about you?
For me personally, like maybe let's say if we just like have a date on street foods, at least like 100 pesos, that would work. 100 pesos and above, because tempuras or like kwek kwek just costs only 20 pesos for one stick, and like for the both of you, that's like 20 each, so 40 pesos. And you have like other foods that you can choose on. But if you really want to have like a formal date, like a fine dine date, then I guess 3K would be enough. Yeah, for the both of you.
Yeah. Same with her. Maybe like at least 100. As long as we can pay for the fare or the transportation and meet them, then that would be fine because I love their presence. Yeah.
It's okay if
1,000. Yeah, 1,000 is
1,000
enough.
is enough.
Yeah, 1,000 is enough.
So what do you think about that? 1,000.
Yes, if I think like she doesn't care about how much money I how much money I bring during our dates because she just wants to spend time with me and I can see that in her face.
So I'm sorry to ask this question, but how much you bring today? How much you bring today? Yeah.
In my pocket, I did bring 6,000 pesos.
You're quite rich.
What?
You're so rich.
No, I'm not.
Okay, so how about you? How much you bring money today?
300 pesos.
It's up to her. To him.
But to be honest, we want to know how much.
1K is good.
So how about you, Kuya? How much you bring on the date? How much money you bring on the date every time?
Every time, like 500. Yeah, because we're like cheap persons. Yeah, we only eat like budget-friendly foods.
So what kind of date would you like to do within that budget?
My ideal date would be like just a simple date, like walking on a beach side and watching the sunset. I think that would be a very perfect date for me. And after that, you could like eat for some restaurants there within the area. So I'm fine with that. So yeah, that's my ideal date. Very simple. Yeah.
For me, with this budget, like 100, wherever the wind takes us, wherever it's free, we can like walk around the park or walk around the beach side, just like her. Yeah, like mall. As long as I spend quality time with him, that's what's important.
What kind of dates would you like to do within that budget?
We're just going to eat in the Jollibee. They have like the mix and match menu. It's only like for 80 pesos, and we can get like 2 for each. Yeah, and we're full, and also it's on our budget. Yeah.
What kind of date would you like to do within that budget, 500 peso?
Here, let's say for example, here in ID Park, there are like Sugo Mercado that, goods are, just cheap, so we can just buy 100, 200, and yeah, we're fine with that.